Hey guys, welcome to episode 17 of the Escape series. My name is Natalia Poloche and I'm a freshman. And today I just want to share with you guys a verse and a story that has really impacted me during this time. So the verse I want to share with you is found in Jeremiah 29:11. I'm sure most of you guys know it. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." And if you know me, you guys know that when I look at a verse, I usually like to know like the backstory to it, or the context, right? Because first of all, it helps me understand the verse better, and second of all, I think it just gives it more depth and meaning to that verse. So that's what we're going to do today. To be honest, I didn't really know the story or the backstory to this verse till recently, but yeah, I just want to share with you guys. So if you know Daniel from Daniel in the Lion's Den, his story in the Bible, you guys know that he was taken captive to Babylon by King Nebuchadnezzar. And interestingly enough, the book of Jeremiah, or I guess this part, is kind of like just based around that. Chapter 29 is basically a letter to the exiles that's written by Jeremiah. It's from God, written by Jeremiah. And you might be asking yourselves, okay, so like, what does this have to do with our current situation? Let me explain. So Babylon had captured Jerusalem, and they had taken the Israelites captive for 70 years. And then after that time period, then God would bring them back to their land. And that's kind of like the story. But in chapter 29, we see that they're still in exile. They're still captive. And so during that 70-year period, God writes them this letter. And he's like, hey guys, I don't want you to just like sit back and do nothing or let this happen. Instead, I want you guys to thrive in your current situation. He's like, okay, build houses, settle down, get married, have children, seek peace and prosperity. Like, just live your life. And then we get to verse 11 that says, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Just like the Israelites, we're kind of stuck in this season of waiting. And the same way that God said to them, hey, like, don't just go through it, don't just like live through this, but instead like live your life, thrive. He says that the same to us today. Just because our lives are on hold doesn't mean that God's plan is on hold. There's this preacher that I like to listen to. Her name is Sadie Robertson, and in one of her books, she talks about what to do during the season of waiting. She says, number one, focus on the relationship with God. Get to know God for who He really is instead of the prayers that He has or hasn't answered. And what better time than now? We have so much time on our hands. So I encourage you guys to just spend time with Him and make your devotional times fun, make them interesting, make them different. Number two is focus on what you already have. And God has really blessed my family during this quarantine because none of my family members have gotten sick or have got COVID. We're all healthy and we've been able to be at home, and we just finished another year of school, which is great. So yeah. Just those two. Focus on your relationship and focus on what you already have. Focus on your blessings. And to end this, I just want to say, I encourage you guys to focus on the plan that God has for you during these next couple weeks that we are going to still be at home. And just remember that just because our lives may seem like they're on hold, God is never on hold. So, hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for listening. Bye.